Hey guys, I'm Ben.
And I'm Tommy.
And we're talking board games.
And today we are talking about...
the most interesting man alive.
Is that who that is?
Yes. You've seen those Dos Equis
He doesn't
commercials,
always
though.
play board games. But when he does...
He plays Hansa Teutonica.
That's right. That's right. Is that how you say that?
Hansa Teutonica.
I was going to say Hansa Teutonica. That's not it?
Nope. Okay, in Hansa Teutonica, you and your fellow players are playing as members of the Hansa Teutonic something league, something guild, traders,
You don't
Mediterranean.
know the theme?
There is no theme.
What?
There is no
You're
theme.
crazy.
But what you'll be doing is you have this desk, which all great traders and merchants have desks,
Of course.
full of cubes. The game is very simple.
Just like all traders and merchants have.
Traders have cubes on desks.
Some have discs also.
Yes. As a trader and merchant in this Teutonic League, you will be attempting to spread your influence across the countryside. Your actions on your turn are very simple. They are down here across the bottom of this board. The first thing you can do is move cubes from your unusable cubes to your usable cubes. Once again, very thematic.
Yes,
The
of course.
second action you can do is you are able to place a cube or a disc out onto the board. The third action you can do is to displace someone else's cube or disc on the board.
Well, you would have to replace a cube with a cube.
Yes. And then pay a penalty, allowing them to move theirs. Or the last thing you can do is teleport cubes and discs from one location to another. And lastly, you can claim a route, moving your cube to the respective city.
Claim a route?
You remove your cubes from the route.
A route.
A route?
A root is a thing at the base of a tree.
No. It is where you find lots of potatoes and potatoes and tomatoes.
Well, it seems very thematic.
It is highly thematic. But you're all doing this in an effort to manipulate this board, which is where the actual gameplay comes in. Based on how you've upgraded your player board, you're going to be rewarded so many actions. You start the game with 2 actions.
That doesn't sound like a lot.
It is not.
Okay.
But as you progress, you're going to be getting more and more actions, as I stated earlier. But as you're putting stuff out on the board and you're claiming these routes, there are special cities that are labeled in gold. Those cities, when claiming a route next to it, rather than placing your cube or disc in the city, you can upgrade one of these actions. So you, for example, increase your ability to teleport, which is the book action.
Teleport.
You can increase the amount of cubes you get from your unusable cubes to your usable cubes. And all that depends on the city. As you can see here, this is the city that allows you to do actions because this man has an
envelope
and he's delivering letters.
Of course.
No, there is no theme.
There is no theme.
The claiming routes will also allow you to grab these meals, which give you bonuses, and you place them on your plate. And they are potatoes and meat and bread.
Oh, gosh. The theme is just oozing out.
Yes,
as
as you can tell, there is more theme than we know what to do with. But once you start getting into these cities, you'll have to be upgraded to specific levels on here. It's your privilegium, which I'm assuming is privilege in Latin. And that allows you to go into these different spots. And there's area control within these cities as you're trying to control it, because once someone finishes a route next to your city, you'll gain a point if you are the one who controls it.
Yes.
But that's pretty much the game. You are placing cubes and discs on the board, removing cubes and discs from the board in an effort to create routes, to upgrade your board, to gain majorities in areas. And the game will end either once one person has scored 20 in-game points or once 10 cities have completely been filled in as far as places to place your stuff go.
Yes. This is a tight game. I feel like this is probably one of the tightest games. And I have played this game 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And every time I've played this game, I feel like everybody's scored under 50 points. And maybe that's because we're just all bad at the game. But the one time we played at SaltCon, Guy just went to town on us. What did he score, like 75 points or something like that?
It was his first time playing too, and he just like sat down.
It was not his first time playing. Guy was, I think that was the designer.
It might have been.
I think we were playing with
Andreas Stedding.
Yes.
But this game, it's older, right?
Right.
It is.
It feels older too.
It does.
It feels classic.
And that's what is nice about it. Like, it looks old, it feels old, but the feel to it gives it that classic feel. A game that I might compare this to, for many of you who've played it. You have not, and I'm trying to acquire a copy so we can. But that is El Grande. This game with such simple, streamlined mechanics.
Do you want to know why I haven't played this game?
Why haven't you played this game?
Because Ben had this game, and then he got rid of it before I had the opportunity to play it.
I regret it. A Kickstarter copy of Euphoria was just so tempting. And I no longer own that copy of Kickstarter and Euphoria.
Well, what I love about this game, and I do use the term love because I really enjoy this game a lot. And what I love about this game is the actions are so simple, but they're so meaningful.
Yes.
And it's so, am I gonna move my cubes up to here, which I never want to do because it's almost a wasted action. Or am I gonna block somebody's path so they have to displace me so I get to put an extra cube out? Or am I gonna, try to use all my cubes to place on this path and then claim this path at the start of my next turn? There's just so much thought into each action, but it's so simple.
Yeah, the interaction within the game is really interesting because all of it takes place on this board in a semi-confrontational way.
Yeah.
But having your disc or your piece removed allows you to add more to the board for free and place them anywhere you'd like. So being that nuisance guy and like putting one in each route over here, forcing people to remove your cubes before they can try and score any of this, will be beneficial to you down the road. But to what extent is that worth doing and tying up those cubes and using those actions and hoping people go there sooner than later? But the interaction is there as you're kind of jockeying for position, and once someone gets into one of these cities, how long can you hold it for?
Right.
Is it worth trying to get that second one in here so that you control that?
Well, and the meanest part about this game is not the displacing, but it's these dinner plates. Why? Why is it a dinner plate? That's what I want to know.
Because they needed something to fill this spot on the table, and the only thing that made sense was a dinner plate.
Oh, okay, I get it. These are mean. First of all, one of them just allows you to switch spots, and it doesn't matter if it's a disc or a cube.
Within the city, you just
switch it. So now I control it, and you don't.
Yeah.
Even though you worked so hard to get there.
But that player had to go out of their way and finish a route that probably wasn't beneficial to them.
I don't know. You can really set these up so that it benefits you.
If you're the only one who's doing it.
Yes, and that's what happens, I feel like, all the time. Every game I've played, there's one person who just gets these all the time. They're like, well, I'm going to set it up next to my route. I'm going to set it up next to my route, next to my route.
There are stipulations on where you can place it.
Right. It has to be in an unclaimed route. I think that's it.
I think it also has to be at least one city on either side that has something in it.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Right.
But you may place it there, but that you do it at the end of your turn. Someone else can come in and take it before the turn's over.
These are so worth it. I mean, there's one that you get to remove 3 cubes or something like that.
You get extra actions.
You get extra actions.
You can remove stuff.
You can just put a cube outside a city, even though there's no spot for it.
Yep, you get to upgrade one action on your board for free.
Oh man,
they're super cool. And then they're scoring at the end of the game. Those dinner plates, it's like a buffet. The more you have, the more points you get. No, like it increases exponentially. 1 is 1 point, 2 is 3 points, 3 is 5 or 6. And so if you can get more of those, you're really scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, I do like this game, but I feel like that is the strategy to go with every time. And I don't want to say that that's the absolute strategy, but I feel like that's the strategy that's won this game every time, which makes me sad because I look at the game and I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But when it comes down to it, you got to go for those dinner plates.
I think I've only seen that win hardcore that one time, though.
I think I've seen it win 2 or 3 times.
Because I've won every game I played of this other than that last game. And I really haven't focused hard on them.
I'll have to maybe evaluate it a little bit more. But that being said, even though I have gotten decimated every single time in this game. I have not even come close. I am terrible at this game. I love playing this game.
And let me just give you a little anecdote. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Tommy does not typically like games that he doesn't do well in.
That's not true. I usually do well at games I enjoy. I think
Yes,
is a better way of
there's a
saying
stronger correlation between games that he enjoys and games that he does well in.
that. Sure.
There's been many a game that we have played that you did not play as well as you would have liked, and it frustrated you to the point to where you didn't feel a desire to play the game again.
Sure.
So the fact that this can still
I love the game.
make you want to play and explore. And
It's so much fun just upgrading everything and trying to get all these routes together. I don't know. It's a phenomenal game, and I don't know what I do wrong when I play, but I just want to play again so I can do better.
yeah. The way that I once saw this referred to on BGG, which made it something that I wanted to pursue, is it is a sandbox Euro.
Yeah.
And not in the sense of you can build or create all this. It's just
Pretty freeform.
very freeform. If you want to get all this upgrading on your board, you can do it however you want. The order in which you do that, the order in which you play stuff on the board, how you interact with other players. There is no right or wrong answer. All of it can be done well.
I think that is not true.
Tommy's rebuttal?
I don't think that this is as sandboxy as some people make it out to be.
How so?
I think there's a right way to do stuff. I think, and it's obviously going to be tactical and based on what comes out,
Very tactical.
right? And based on what other people are doing.
Very much on other people.
But you can kind of gauge what other people are doing and okay, so I'm going to start by getting some points over here and then I'm going to work over here. I don't know. I'm making it sound very sandboxy, but I don't, I think each game, there's a right way to do it. And I think it's going to depend on the people you're playing with and their strategies. I don't know. I'm making it sound like a very sandboxy game.
The games I've played, I have not pursued acquiring a bunch of actions.
You
which
have
is
not.
typically what people do.
I always do that.
but
and I always lose.
But I have made that work for me.
Right.
Because I don't know, every strategy is viable as long as you do it right.
Right.
Something that I would like to try next time we play this is doing the keys
Yeah, I haven't ever seen that.
and upgrade that to where you're scoring a ton of points and then just build routes that no one cares about.
Yeah.
And just kind of do that, or just this teleportation action and just throw stuff in people's way just to irk them, and then once you're ready to expose something or take advantage of something, just jump them around the board.
Yep.
Or make sure that you can get into the city so that you have the majority in these cities, because tiebreaker goes to the player who is furthest. So
Right.
just get in there and get those tiebreakers so that you have all of that scoring as people are placing. It's not complicated.
No, not even a little.
But
I think.
the depth and the exploration that you can do within these different strategies is there.
Yeah. Really deep game. Really difficult for me to wrap my head around, but it's so simple.
Super simple.
Yeah.
Plays quick too.
Yeah, relatively quick. 45, 60 minutes.
Yeah, for the gaming experience that you get out of it, I
It
feel
feels like it's way longer. You're getting a good game for what
Yes.
you play.
Yeah.
One thing that I was really excited for, I had heard while we were at SaltCon playing this game, someone was like, oh, they were going to do a mobster version of this. They were going to reskin the game.
They said that, didn't
Yeah. I looked it up,
they? No.
and they were going to.
And then
They scrapped it. I have no idea why. So many people were behind it. So many people were so excited for this. They took like a
Dude.
poll to see what theme was going to be the one that won out, and the mobster theme won. And I think that this could do so well,
Just
trying
like-
to control different boroughs.
imagine if this guy was holding like a Tommy gun and had like a nice fedora on, and he was just all like menacing and
Same exact guy though. Got the blonde hair with the little
stash and goatee. He already, man, you throw a mobster outfit on him and he looks mean.
I would have really loved to seen that come to fruition, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused as to why it didn't.
Andreas. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's a game worth pursuing. It
For
doesn't
sure.
have a steep price point because there's not a lot to it. You have your board.
Yeah, it's a cheap
you have
game.
your 5 or 6 player, 5 player
Pretty
boards.
easy to
A bunch
find.
of cubes.
I feel.
Yeah, it goes in and out of print, but I feel like the last print run was substantial enough that you can pick up copies if you looked around.
Right. Yeah, really good game. Definitely check it out. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please, it helps us. and it doesn't really do that much for you. Make sure you hit that bell notification because we do actually do quite a bit of giveaways.
We try and do one a month.
Yeah.
That's our goal. So stay tuned so you don't miss those.
Yeah. Most of them are coming from our sponsors.
Yes.
But if it gets to a point, we might start just doing it ourselves.
Signing copies of our games. And
that's right, because that's worth a lot.
I've got a lot of good family photos that I could, sign and send to you.
Sorry about that. But hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.